All right, so this is my favorite recipe. I mean, because this is so delicious, and I could eat this every day, and I think people should eat dessert first.
They fly. I mean, we serve them at brunch, and so.
If you have them, you run out so fast, Brad.
They go out the door so fast.
Oh, get them while you can.
Yeah, and this is one of the staples from day one, long before you and I ever met about doing sweet potatoes on,
Right.
you know, we were doing sweet potato cinnamon rolls, and they are awesome. All right, so we're making these cinnamon rolls, and it's a yeast leavened dough. So we want to really make sure that we're paying attention to a couple really important things. That we have milk here.
Yes.
We want to make sure it's warm.
Yes, I noticed this was warm.
We want to make sure it's not cold. We want that yeast to come alive.
That's the leaven.
It gives it that airy, airy texture. So we're gonna take some more milk, and then we'll take our yeast.
Okay.
It's instant dry active yeast.
I was just gonna ask, that's that Fleshman's yeast or whatever it is. Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna let that sit for just a second while we add in our sweet potato, boiled sweet potatoes pureed into a fine puree. We're gonna add eggs, just whole eggs.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna mix it up real gently. So now that we have everything kind of mixed together, we're gonna take our flour.
Okay. All-purpose white?
Just all-purpose
Okay.
flour, and we're gonna add it into the mixture. So again, we're gonna mix this real gently, especially since we've added this this flour. We don't want to create an explosion. We're using a paddle attachment because this is a little bit of a wetter dough.
Okay.
And
That's
so
what you use for cookies and...
right. So opposed to like other bread doughs, you'd use a dough hook. As the mixture's mixing, we're gonna start adding our butter.
Okay.
And we just want to add room temperature butter, a little bit at a time.
Now, a lot of what I want to talk about here, too, as we're mixing this is we're getting, again, your doughs are light. I'm assuming from watching what you're doing, you're getting that air in there.
Right.
You're kind of opening up the molecules inside of the yeast so that it fluffs.
Exactly. So we'll let that dough mix. We want to let it mix so, again, it gets nice and smooth. Now we want to make sure that we have a little bit of a floured surface so that we can roll out our dough.
This is kind of where I get a little nervous because I over-knead it.
Right, so we just want to be real gentle with the dough and roll it out to about an inch thick.
Okay. What you have here for the filling is you have a little, obviously, cinnamon. You have some brown sugar.
Yep.
You have butter, and I'm assuming this is vanilla?
Vanilla.
Okay.
Yep, and so we're just going to take all that and mix it together very
easy.
simply, and we end up with a nice, kind of sand-looking paste that is, super flavorful, rich, and we're gonna just kind of try to spread it very evenly over the dough. So we want to get this all the way to the edges so that we have, cinnamon in every bite of our pastry.
It's kind of my favorite part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then we're just gonna kind of lift up the edges.
I've heard they've done a few write-ups on these.
They have, yeah, they're very popular. People.
Did you have any idea they would be this popular?
I mean, who doesn't love a fresh cinnamon roll?
Right. But how'd you come up with this recipe?
In what we do every day, it's all about taking kind of comfortable things, normal things, things people are familiar with, and putting our spin on them, using great ingredients. And so at the end of the day, we just wanted to come up with a cool cinnamon roll to serve fresh. And we found we had a great dough recipe, and then the color and the at the time the seasonality. But now sweet potatoes, they're available all year round. So it's really great. So we have a greased baking dish. So we're gonna just take our cinnamon rolls and we're gonna cut them into about 2-inch rolls. So we're gonna throw them in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes until they're nice and cooked all the way through. We can use a knife to kind of test the center, make sure it's nice and hot, and it's not sticking to the knife at all. So again, it comes fresh out of the oven, nice and hot. All that molten cinnamon on the inside, and then we're gonna hit it with some cream cheese frosting.
Oh yeah. How did you? It's cream cheese frosting. How did you do it?
It's powdered sugar, cream cheese, and a little bit of butter mixed together. That's it.
Okay.
So we have the nice soft frosting, and we're just gonna. I like to make sure that I got enough on there. That's how I roll.
I like that you do. Yes.
Yeah. So that's it. It's kind of one of our more rustic dishes, but it's so good.
It's so good, delicious. We're gonna taste this. I'm gonna taste it right now. Should I taste it?
Yes, please.
I've been waiting for this all day. Oh my God. Perfection. I love it.
Awesome.
Awesome.